Most people think fear is something to run from, but I've learned that fear is something to walk through, and the moment you start asking questions, the fog begins to lift. You see, we were trained from childhood to stay safe, to avoid risk. Don't touch, don't ask, don't go there. But guess what? Every breakthrough that's ever changed the world came from someone who did exactly that. I don't believe in being fearless. That's a myth. What I believe in is understanding. Marie Curie once said, "Nothing in life is to be feared, it is only to be understood. Now is the time to understand more so that we may fear less." That line isn't just wise, it's a complete philosophy for life. Think about it. We fear what we don't know. We panic at what we don't understand. But once we learn, once we see clearly, the fear fades. When I look back at the times I was most afraid, it wasn't because the situation was truly dangerous. It was because I didn't know what was happening. The unknown had me on edge. But the moment I paused, studied it, asked better questions, I found clarity. And with clarity comes control. With control comes calm. I've come to realize fear is like fog. Stand still and it surrounds you. Move forward with understanding and it begins to clear. Let's get something straight. Understanding is not about having all the answers. It's about staying curious long enough to see beyond the first impression. It's about learning to observe without judgment and listen without panic. Science taught us this. You don't freak out at gravity, you study it. You don't scream at thunder, you understand pressure. And you don't fear change, you measure its patterns and adapt. So why not apply the same mindset to life, to relationships, to business, to our emotions? What if instead of fearing failure, we understood it? What if instead of avoiding difficult conversations, we leaned in and listened? Curiosity is a cure, not just for ignorance, but for anxiety. When you get obsessed with understanding, there's no room left for blind fear. It's not about being the smartest, it's about being the most interested. In people, in patterns, in purpose. And here's the most powerful part. When you replace fear with understanding, you stop reacting and start responding. You stop shrinking and start showing up. You stop hiding and start living. So today, I challenge you. Whatever it is you're afraid of, ask a better question. Study it, break it down, look closer. Because chances are, it's not a monster. It's just something you haven't explored yet. Remember this. Fear fades. Knowledge stays. And clarity, that's freedom. So let's live a little bolder. Let's learn a little deeper. Let's fear less and understand more. If this episode hit home, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Tag a friend, drop a comment, repost it. And stay tuned for more meaningful podcasts with me, VJ Kumar, where we don't just talk. We learn, we lead, we grow. Because life gets lighter when you understand it.